Little princess. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. Hello everybody and welcome to Mother Rabbit's Kitchen. I am not cooking anything right now. I actually do have some bread going, but that's not what this video is about. And this isn't what this video is about either, but we did get a puppy over the weekend and she's so cute. What we are doing today is unboxing this really cool sprouting kit that I just got. She's so cute. So I wanted to show you guys a really cool thing that I got. At least I hope it's going to be really cool. I've seen really great things about this. They were also on Shark Tank. This is the sprouting kit from the Sprouting Company. We are going to be making some vegetable sprouts at home because they are so nutrient rich.
Good for you!
And apparently they're really easy to grow with this kit. I'm going to take you through the journey. And we're gonna start by opening this thing up. I only know what it looks like because I've seen the videos, but we'll see what it looks and feels like in person. And I think it only takes 5 or so days to go from opening the box to getting your sprouts to eat. So let's put that to the test. Ooh, it's so pretty inside.
Another box.
A box inside of a box. The most nutritious food on the planet, grown by you. Well, that is exciting. Look at me, I'm a gardener. Let's see what this is first. It says, has some information here. Welcome to the world of sprouting. We're so glad you've joined our growing community of sprouters. You now have the ability to grow the most nutritious food on the planet. We're here to help you every step of the way. Together we will change the way the world eats. Very exciting. Why sprout? Maximum health, fast and fresh, incredibly versatile. Always be sprouting. Okay, it looks like the sprouting guide is right here and you can rip it off. Oh, it says tear off and keep. Okay, so this is what we definitely want to keep. There is a sprouting guide on one side and then a harvesting guide on the other side. So the sprouting guide is like the growing and the harvesting is like the using, the washing and the, oh, do I have to get a salad spinner? I might have to do that. It says empty your sprouts into a salad spinner. Okay, quick note, it looks like you have to buy a salad spinner. It also says here that you have to eat within 3 to 5 days. So I guess that is kind of like a normal, like lettuce or a green. Okay, let's keep going. This I think I can put off to the side. All right, so this is the bag of sprouts that I chose to start. I chose the high glucose I don't know if I said that right. High glucoraphanin broccoli, 3 times more sulforaphane, organic sprouting seeds. So yeah, I chose these because if you're gonna do it, just like go all the way, go like highest nutritional value. So that's what I went for. The directions say, take 1/4 cup of the seeds in a 55-ounce sprouting jar, which is right here. Soak for 8 hours, rinse twice daily, and you can harvest in 5 to 7 days. Okay, I'll get back to that in a second. This is just a receipt. This is a little scooper. 1/4 cup scoop right there. And then it's pretty simple from here, I think. This is the sprouting jar. It's pretty. It looks like an enlarged mason jar and you can hold it easily in one hand and it has their little logo, the Sprouting Company, on it. You see that? It's really cool looking. I thought it was going to be uglier, but I think it actually is. It's very like greenhouse. It's got greenhouse vibes. So I think we're done with this box. There's nothing else in here. One of the cool things about this is, from what I've seen from the company, is it does not require sunlight or soil, so you can keep it anywhere in your kitchen. You don't have to have it near a window or be planting anything in soil. The sprouts just go in the jar with the seeds. I mean, the sprout seeds just go in the jar with water and you just rinse them. It has a lid with ventilation so that there's airflow, and then it has this little like drip tray so it can drip and it won't get moldy in here. Okay, so now I'm going to officially follow the directions so we know what we're doing here. I wonder if I don't walk. Yeah, you can help.
Yay.
Okay, come over on the side. Okay, so the sprouting guide says we have the jar here This is called the collar, I think. And then this is the filter. This is the drip tray. And then of course this is the stand. It says unbox. Check. Choose where your sprouter will live on your kitchen counter. Oh, it says out of direct sunlight. So not only does it not need sunlight, it shouldn't get direct sunlight. I don't know where I'm gonna keep mine. I feel like I might keep mine, can you scoot just for a second? I feel like I might keep mine behind the sink there and just kind of in my window. So that's where I'll keep it. Number 2 says unscrew the lid and metal filter. Let's do that. Somebody wanna help me here? Can I do that? Okay. So unscrew the lid.
Can I pour the stuff in?
And metal filter. Yeah. And then it says add 1/4 cup of seeds. Firmly screw it back on. Make sure it's exactly 1/4 cup, okay? Okay, that looks good. Go ahead and pour it in. Okay, and firmly screw on the lid and filter. So filter is on top and then the lid goes on top of that. And screw it on. Step 3 says rinse with cool water, swirl, drain, repeat 2 to 3 times. Optional, add a sanitizing agent to the jar and use as directed. I have no idea what that means, so we're gonna skip that part. So rinse with cool water, swirl, drain, repeat. That sounds easy enough. Let's do that. So I find it interesting that you rinse it with the lid on. I would think that you would just kind of fill it up with the lid off, but we'll follow the directions and I'm just filling it up. Yep, okay, it's filling up. I've got cold water going here. Yeah, again, I find it interesting that you fill it up this way instead of like with the lid off. Okay, did I do this right? Okay, it says swirl. Oh, spilling it. Let me check the directions again. It says rinse with cool water. So you swirl, drain. Oh, it's only supposed to be like half full. Repeat 2 to 3 times. Okay. So swirl, okay, drain, and then repeat 2 to 3 times. So I'll do 2 more times. Okay, should we do it one more time?
No.
You think that's enough? All right, he says that's enough. Okay, so we drained it.
Think about what?
Check the directions. Okay. Fill the jar up with cool tap water to make sure that all of the seeds are submerged with extra water for soaking. Let it sit upright for 5 to 8 hours, depending on the variety. Okay. Uh-oh, it's 5 o'clock. I don't want to be up all night doing this. I should have read this before we started. Depending on the variety. Okay, we have to check the variety. It says, oh shoot, it says soak 8 hours. I've got an idea. I have to take the puppy out in the middle of the night. So maybe I'll set an alarm for 8 hours. I'll take the puppy out. This just got way more complicated than I thought it was going to. It's just because I didn't read the directions first. Okay, there's no turning back now. So I'm gonna fill it enough to soak them and have them completely submerged. I think that's all I need to do. Just gonna swirl it to make sure all the seeds are done. Okay, so I'm just soaking for 8 hours and I think that's it for now. I will see you back here at 1 a.m. I'm having a lot of regrets right now. I should have chosen the timing better. I'll see you back around 1 a.m. Okay, morning here, don't care. It is 6 a.m. I ended up not doing anything with the water in the middle of the night. I did get up with the dog. I don't know what time it was, but I decided not to set an alarm or do anything with the water because I did some research and the 8 hours I think was more like an at least 8 hours kind of thing instead of like at 8 hours you have to drain the water. My research told me that as long as it's not like over like 14 hours, it's okay. And technically it's been 13 hours. So hopefully we'll be okay. We will find out, and you'll find out quicker than I will because this will be a short video. Okay, so I have my little seeds soaking here, and the directions say at this point, all I have to do is drain the soaked water, drain the soak water. And then the next step says, okay, sorry, this is really hard. Drain the soak water, then rinse seeds with cool water, and then drain thoroughly. And then the next step after that says, no, seriously, drain thoroughly until you get all the water out. And then you have to rotate the jar until all the seeds go all over the jar evenly. Okay, so drain, rinse, drain, and drain again. Okay, so draining right now. I hope it's okay to shake. It doesn't say not to shake, but it also doesn't say to shake. It smells gross. I'm looking to see if I have to fill it like all the way up again. It doesn't really look like I have to fill it like all the way up, but that is pretty full, so. I'm just gonna like swirl one more time. It doesn't say to swirl, but we swirled yesterday, so. Okay, this is where it says to drain the rinsed water. And then the next step says, no, seriously, drain it. So I think I'm supposed to like really, 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 really drain it. But I don't know if I'm supposed to shake it. It doesn't say not to shake. It doesn't say to shake. But it makes it a very serious thing to drain the water. Okay. Oh, I'm noticing that if you tilt the angle there, yeah, if it's like completely upside down, it doesn't drain well. You have to hold it on its side, which I guess is why they built the stand to hold it at an angle like this. I don't think anything else is in there. So at this point, here, let's go over here. Okay, so everything's drained. This is the easy part. You just rotate it until the seeds are as evenly as possible coating the sides. I'm kind of listening to them. Can you hear them? As I'm coating, just to hear if they're like falling, if they need like another spot. Okay, that looks really evenly coated. Looks really cool. And then all I have to do is stick it on the little stand here. Okay. I have my little draining tray right here, and it's out of direct sunlight, so should be good. And then from here, you're supposed to rinse and drain it twice a day. So obviously we just did that for this morning, so I'll do it again tonight around, sometime before dinner and bedtime, and then again in the morning. And I think I'm in the clear about having to like get up in the middle of the night. So hopefully that was okay that I let them soak that long. Maybe it's even better, who knows? But I'm excited to start seeing some growth, and we'll see how it goes. It is evening time on day 1 of rinsing. So I did rinse them this morning for the very first time, and now I have to do it again, and it's just after dinner time. So I'm gonna rinse and then redistribute on the sides, and then you just repeat and repeat and repeat until the sprouts have fully grown. I do have a little checklist on my fridge. I just wrote it in dry erase marker so I can keep track of how many days I've been doing this and just making sure I've done it in the morning and at night, or else I'm just gonna forget if I did it or if I didn't do it. I don't know, it's just my brain. So I'm going to release this from here. I can show you that I don't see any growth or anything, so I do, wait, is that growth? Oh my gosh, those little tiny green things, those are sprouts. We're sprouting here, woohoo! It smells like vegetables. Okay, those are little sprouts. We have already started sprouting, so let's rinse and redistribute, and then we'll be done for today. did read earlier today to make sure that the seeds and sprouts aren't kind of clogging the airways here, the ventilation. So I'm just trying to make sure I get them off the top here, which I don't think I really see many. And then I'm just going to rotate this to redistribute the seeds. They're sticking together a little bit more than they were this morning. You can still hear them moving around in there, so I'm just gonna keep doing this until I don't hear any more movement. That means everything got stuck to a space on the wall. I think that sounds and looks good. I'm gonna stick it back on the little stand here. And it's already draining onto the tray, so it's doing what it's supposed to do. And that's it for day one. It is day 3, and you can see our sprouts are really sprouting, or I should say our seeds are really sprouting. They are looking beautiful. I'm starting to think of all the things I'm going to make with these sprouts to get the nutrients inside of our bodies. One of them that I'm really excited about is that I'm going to make a pesto. All right, let's rinse these sprouts and put them back. Oh, hi. Hi, princess. Hi, baby girl. I feel like they are not sticking as well to the sides. I don't know if they're just, it's because it's getting bigger and fuller, so I don't know if they're just like, that's gonna happen. But I feel like by this time, I should not hear any more shifting of the seeds. But maybe that's normal. I just don't want anything to grow mold. Okay, this looks pretty evenly distributed. Okay. Back on the stand, and I'll see you tonight. It is the evening of day 3, and there's been an interesting development. I am seeing, I don't know if you can see this. You see those little like hairs on the sprouts? It looks like mold, but it's not. At least it's not right now. So I looked it up on the FAQs, and it says that, you see like this, those are little root hairs, cilia they're called, and it's what thirsty sprouts do when they want more water. See them right there? They're little hairs, and they can be mistaken for mold, specifically on broccoli sprouts, which that's what these are. And so what it says to do is go ahead and rinse them, and we're rinsing right now anyway. So we're gonna rinse them. It says if you still see them after rinsing, then it is mold and you should throw it out. So let's rinse and see what happens. So I guess this water is supposed to be quenching the thirst of those thirsty sprouts, if those are in fact root hairs, which they really do look like. It doesn't look like mold to me because they look very specifically shaped. So I'm just making sure to give all of the sprouts a good sip of water. I'm kind of looking at them right now to see if I notice those hairs. I actually don't see any of those hairs anymore. So I guess they release or grow those little hairs to try to search for more water. And once they get that water, they're not thirsty anymore. So now we can drain. spin it around, and I'm looking and I do not see any of those hairs anymore. Sorry about that reflection. Just look in the places. All those little hairs that I was seeing are gone. So that's really good news. I'm just gonna, again, redistribute the seeds and little sprouties, making sure not to block this ventilation spot. And I'm just gonna keep turning it until it feels like they're evenly distributed. I will say each time I do this, it's getting harder and harder for them to find space to cling to the sides of the jar. And I'm assuming that's normal as they're growing. They're just kind of like, you know, it's getting crowded in there. So I'm assuming that's normal. I just want to make sure that I'm doing this enough times and that I don't cause any kind of issue with overcrowding in some areas. Okay, it really does seem like there's still a good amount that's not sticking to walls, and I'm trying to gently encourage them to stick. Maybe if I go a little bit slower. But it has to be just due to everything growing. I mean, it's going to get to the point where it's filling up. So I'm assuming that this is okay. I've followed all the directions and I'm gonna set this back on the stand. All right, that's gotta be good. All right, we'll see what happens. That's the end of day 3. A few more days to go. It is the morning of day 4 and our sprouts look good. I am seeing those little prickly hairs on the stems again, which, like we talked about last night, isn't a bad thing. It's not mold. It's not anything to worry about. It just means they're thirsty. I love that you don't have to take the cap off to rinse them. Goes right through this lid. Looks like a Sprouts lava lamp. Same thing that we always do. But they're growing. All of those vitamins and nutrients and minerals are going to be mine. So the seeds still stick. These seeds that haven't really sprouted yet, hopefully they won't be far behind. It does kind of look like things are sprouting at different times. So that's interesting. Like I see this whole thing here that really has barely sprouted. So I think that's interesting that the timing is different for some of the seeds. If I just put the jar upright, it's actually filled up halfway. And remember, the seeds only just touched the bottom. So we are at about 50% growth right now. I'm assuming that in 3 more days, we will have a full jar of sprouts. This very gently goes back on. I'm trying very hard I'm trying to allow all of those sprouts to kind of remain on this part of the jar and not block the ventilation area. I think that would be detrimental. Definitely have a lot of growth going on in here. It's like, I would say 70% full at this point. Look at this. This is cool.
You can barely do it because they're like so brown.
Now they're all like scrunching down. It looks more like 50%, but probably because they're wet. Oh wait, no, I forgot to like redistribute. I'm making wraps for dinner tomorrow and I really want to be able to pull some of these out. So I think that'll be fun. It looks good. It is morning on day 5 and the sprouts are looking beautiful. I see those little cilia sticking out again. It's very thirsty. I'm kind of a little late. It's like almost 11 o'clock on day 5. It's Saturday, so it's just something I didn't really get to. But it is, I would say like 80% full. So I'm gonna quickly rinse. And then I'm hoping to use a little bit of it tonight when I make my wraps. You can see just a few of those seeds that haven't sprouted yet. I'm guessing that they just need a little more time. but everything else looks really good. I think I'll be able to use some tonight with our wraps. Just turning again. Those seeds are kind of sticking on their own, so I think that's kind of naturally doing what they're supposed to do. But this is really cool. I am loving this so far. It is the end of day 5, and I know I could keep going or I could keep growing, if you know what I mean. But I'm making wraps tonight, and I really want to put some of these broccoli sprouts on our wraps and just taste them. And I'd say they have like pretty much fully grown. I could probably give it another day or so, but I'm just ready to taste them. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up just to like rinse everything. And then I have a salad spinner here. So I'm going to spin that. That was part of the instructions, to like spin them dry with a salad spinner. So I actually had to order a salad spinner because I didn't have one. And yeah, and then I'll taste them. I'll taste them plain, which I know they're not gonna taste delicious or anything, but I just wanna taste the freshness. And then I'm gonna put them on my wraps. I didn't take you over to the sink because all I did was fill it up with water and then drain it just like I would doing the rinse and drain thing. But I'm gonna pour it now into my salad spinner. And
Well, Kim, that's when you turn it on.
let's see how we can do this.
It's still dead.
All right, this is like the big reveal. I've seen them do this on the Sprouting Company's YouTube. Dude, this is cool. This is cool. I wish you could feel this. It just feels fresh. It feels plump, plentiful. Ah, I just want to eat it. Look at that. How cool is that? You guys, I'm a gardener. I garden. I sprout. Whoa. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is so cool, you guys. These are the sprouts that we grew. Isn't that so cool? I love it. Okay, we got to spin. You guys want to do the salad spin?
Yes, I'd love to.
Okay.
How fast can you do it?
That's probably good. You just want it fast enough that it, like, basically pushes all the water out of the sides, which I think it's doing. Do you want to try, Cam?
Yeah. That's really fun to do, actually.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you.
It kind of gets the seeds out too, so they don't like to eat the seeds.
Oh, that might be true. Okay. Oh, and it's spread off the sides. Oh, there's definitely. Oh, you're right, Andy. He is right. A lot of the seeds that did not sprout went to the bottom of the salad spinner, so we won't be like chomping on hard seeds.
Because they're not attached.
And then it kind of moved everything. This reminds me of the Gravitron at the old fairs. Do you remember those? The carnivals. Anyway, if you don't know, that's fine. So. Okay, all the seeds are like going everywhere, but here are our sprouts. I am gonna do a little tasty taste. Even though I know it's not gonna taste good. I just have to do it. Anyway, so here we go. They're good. I mean, I wouldn't just like eat these plain. I don't know why, but they have like a spiciness to them.
Can I
Almost
taste?
Like, you're not gonna like it because they don't have any. It doesn't have any dressing. Do you want me to put a little dressing on it so you can? Okay, we're gonna taste it with a little ranch dressing. I just made some ranch. I'll make you a little tiny baby bowl. Watch this.
And I'm gonna love it.
I'm gonna make you the cutest little salad ever. So I'm gonna put a little sprout, just like this. Like that, okay? Put a little ranch. Okay. Just mix it up a little bit. Taste it.
Mom,
You like it?
Hey.
You want another one?
I want.
Okay. You like it? Ah, this is so cool. I want to taste it now.
Remember, I just have it. Just taste it.
So good. I'm going to show you a few dishes that we put the sprouts in that added so much flavor and texture. The first one is, of course, the wraps that I was so excited to try. And these tasted amazing with the sprouts. Just some smoked turkey, raw cheddar, tomato, avocado, spinach, and sprouts and ranch dressing on a homemade tortilla.
I also put sprouts on my avocado toast for my breakfast at work the next morning, and it was absolutely delicious. Later that night for dinner, I made a dish with spaghetti squash, pasta, a vodka sauce, Parmigiano Reggiano, grilled chicken, spinach, and some sprouts. It was absolutely delicious. And then this was so remarkable. I made my son, who will not eat any fruits or vegetables, a smoothie that was basically milk, Greek yogurt, cocoa powder, natural peanut butter, a little maple syrup, and sprouts, and he loved it so much. And then yesterday for breakfast, I made myself some roasted veggies with eggs and Parmigiano Reggiano cheese and some sprouts on top. Look how pretty that is. And of course, some toast with butter. It was so delicious. Thank you for joining me on my sprouting journey. This is the first of many sprouting endeavors I will take. Maybe I'll branch out and get some different kinds of sprouts. I would love to hear if you have started your sprouting. Almost dropped them. I would love to hear if you have started your sprouting journey yet, or if you maybe want to think about starting it now that you've seen me do it. But this is a very exciting thing. I am pumped. We're going to get so healthy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.